Just a little. That's a little better. That's still not great, but you know what? We'll just work with it today and see what. Well, hey, everybody, this is Don Varney. I'm here at the Don Varney YouTube channel having a good time today. Lots out for you. As I was always asked you is, what hat are you wearing? And this is the hat that I've chosen to wear today. And the things we're going to be talking about today are some tech tips, not going in too deep or anything, maybe a little public speaking or fear of public speaking. Today are just fantastic on these cell phones. But you know, a lot of times you're outside or it's dark and you're wanting to take a nice picture and you can't get the flash to work because it's not really a bright enough pictures. What you do is borrow the other phone and turn their flashlight on. It is amazing how wonderful and soft it becomes, how much detail you'll see in the background by using the flashlight on the cell phone. I haven't been able to find one that works on while I'm using my camera. Unfortunately, you do the other person's cell phone. The great news is I really don't know anybody today that doesn't have a cell phone. So you take the other one, turn their flashlight on, set it up, put your camera right beside it, and begin shooting. And you'll be amazed at how good the picture come out. So there's a little tip for you. The other thing I want to talk to you about is public speaking. An awful lot of folks don't realize that public speaking is like anything you do. It's earned. It's something you have to work at. It's something you have to do. You can't just stand up and be that natural. Always like that when they say a person is a natural speaker. Well, you know, most natural speakers that I've heard don't really say anything. They be confident, they may be able to speak, but they're not put together. So they kind of ramble, they're all over the place. They're not moving in one lane. They're not putting it in a logical flow for you to be able to do their presentation. Step one, they've overcome, and that is the fear of public speaking. You know, they say that the fear of public speaking is the number one fear in the world today, to have to stand up in front of a crowd and open your mouth and words. Well, you know, the great news to me is I'm glad that they do that because it's given me a career now for over 30 years. I've been able to do speech coaching on the executive level as well as the personal level, be able to get up, do their speaking, do their sales meetings, do the presentations, whatever it is that they need to be able to do, teach them to do it in a logical manner, one that allows the audience to follow with them and get something from it and be memorable to them, your key points and highlights. So if you're out there and you need a good speaking an awful lot of times is really the fear, meaning that you really don't know what it is that you need to do. So because not only do you not know how to put together your speech, not only do you not know the information that needs to be put out there, how to put it logically, you also have never practiced. As an ex-professional football player and softball player, I think it's important to realize that lots of hours were spent practicing to be able to do game day. Same mindset when you're looking at different things. You said, I've got to do the practice in order to be able to make things work on game day. And, you know, that's why I can remember practicing for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, having a light practice on Friday, Friday night or Saturday. So we're practicing 4 days a week for one game. And that goes on throughout the entire before the season actually begins, you start doing that. Hi, Jane. I'm doing great today. Hey, Chuck. What's happening, buddy? You back in town? Anita and Jay. Hey, Jay and Anita. Hey, guys. Do me a favor, if you would, please. If you would subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, just kind of go down below to the subscribe. If you like the information I'm giving you, please just hit a like there. Any suggestions for topics? I'd love to see them in the comments and the remarks section. So that would be great. Anything you can do to allow me to do a better job for those of you that listen, that would be fantastic. So back to the public speaking is required. I can remember the I gave on a graded exercise was failed miserably, and it was failed miserably for a couple reasons, and one was fear. I had to stand up in front of that teacher and deliver a 10-minute speech. The other thing was I didn't fully know how to do it and so forth. It just wasn't making sense to me. It's foreign that I would have to put together a speech and then deliver it, and I had to look at timing, both internally and externally. I had to look at motivation, I had to look at hand gestures, eye gestures, voice inflection, all these things. Overwhelming the day that I had to do the presentation. And I mean, it was horrible. I failed, and I know it was horrible. I mean, when I got finished, I'm thinking, guess I'm going to be one lucky guy. So the bad news is I didn't pass. The good news is I didn't pass, because the fact that they threw me against the wall and I failed miserably, that was what I needed to do. So that night I went back, and I mean, I studied and I worked and I stood up and I talked in the mirror and I looked in the bathroom and I was talking down in my bedroom. I was speaking. And when I went back to do a makeup on the speech, blessingly, I was able to pass that and move on and start laying in the foundation. I knew at the time was going to be a professional career for me. And I've done professional speaking now since 1979. So you can overcome your fear. You can get better at it. And if anybody tells me they can't do public speaking, the only thing I would tell you that would stop a public speaker was if you cannot speak. But if you know how to do sign language, you could still be a public speaker through the use of sign. So that's a few thoughts today on using your cell phone as a device. Talk a little bit about the importance of public speaking and also your fear that can go around public speaking. Please take a moment again, if you would, subscribe to this channel. Please spread the word. This channel's here, and I'm going to be trying to give valuable tips to you, tips that you can use on a day-to-day basis, things that'll make you a better person altogether. It's not always going to be business. It's not always going to be speech. Come up with interesting topics. Even things, for an example, how to talk to your kids, children that are young. Some of us have ones that are a little not so young, but it's that situation where you just really get better. So hopefully you'll tune in again. I want to thank all you people for coming